in our space, and now we can create our inner space. And I really want to think about that inner space, even if it's not a scientifically proven thing that space in the body creates space in the mind. It's definitely a focus point. It's definitely something, and I actually think it is. Imagine you have like a tight lower back. Your focus is going to be on that place, your shoulders, your neck, even without realizing it's just there. So whilst we work on opening up these spaces through the practice, I think it will expand and open up our minds too. And if we can focus on that expansion and opening and creation of space, we create it ourselves. We create where we're sitting right now, and we're going to work on creating that inner work so that it comes out, creating this space for us. We need that space in order to take on all those things that we can take on, to be creative in our lives as well. If we're giving out so much constantly, it can drain that, or we can switch the focus to the fact that we can do all these things, and multitasks means that within that we can be extremely creative with our time. You don't have an excess of time, so it's about being creative with those moments that you do. So let's just find our way into this comfortable seat. Let's start to lengthen through our spine, lengthen through our neck, roll the shoulders back a couple of times so that they can settle, and just notice how that feels. Keep lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the neck. Drop the chin to the chest, just roll it ear to shoulder a couple of times while sitting nice and tall, just to loosen things up. Then come back to center, gently raise the head, close the eyes or lower the lids. Hands rest gently on the knees, open palm, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. I like to think of this as my sigh of relief. I've made it here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just keep that breath going. Keep it going in through the nose and out through the nose. Controlling it a little, allowing it to lengthen on the inhale, maybe just pausing at the top. And then exhaling with control. Start to engage your Ujjayi breathing, your deep, victorious breath at the back of the throat. So creating like that wind-like sound at the back of the throat, which helps control the breath, the inhale and the exhale, breathing in and breathing out. Keeping that going, noticing if that's calming things down, if that's bringing your focus and attention inwards, inhaling and exhaling. Noticing if that feeling of focusing in is happening naturally, or if it's something that you have to cultivate through your mind and your breath. Either way is fine. There's no right or wrong. Breathing in and breathing out. Staying here in this space. We'll open up by chanting 3 Oms. We'll start with a couple of rounds of a short kirtan. Om Namah Shivaya. I'll keep singing throughout because it's just easier to lead it like that over Zoom. Just join in when you can. Absorb the vibrations as we create this sacred space together. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. You guys. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Shivaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Om Shivaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Shiva 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 Shambho. Shiva 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 Shambho. Shiva 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 Shambho. Shiva 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 Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Taking a deep breath in here. Letting it out with a big sigh. We can turn on our playlist here if we want to have music today. Finding your playlist and then just reaching your arms up overhead. And then circling them round and down. Reaching the arms up overhead. And then circling them round and down. A couple more times. Reaching them forward and up. And then exhale, circle round it down. One more time, reaching them forward and up. And then exhale, circle round and down. Then reaching them forward, interlacing your fingers and just rounding out the shoulders and the back. Reaching the arms forward. Back rounds out. And then bringing them behind you and squeezing the shoulders together, arching here. Head drops back just a little bit. Opening up the chest here, taking a deep breath in here. And exhaling it out. Coming to sit on your heels, but tucking your toes under if that's possible. Sitting on your heels, sitting nice and tall, toes are tucked under. If it's really uncomfortable, then bring the tops of the feet down. But if you can just keep it there for a few breaths. And here, reaching the arms forward and up. And exhale, circle round and down. We'll do 2 more breaths like that. Breathing in as you reach forward. And exhale, circle round and down. 1 more time. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, circle round and down. Untuck the toes and just tap the tops of the feet on the mat. Coming into a nice tabletop here. Start to move here in your tabletop. Trying to put aside, leave at the door all the things that we really don't need to get to for this next block of time. Block of time is for us to be here, moving our bodies in this intentional way. Our breath. Letting go of things that we don't need. Just focusing on that space inside and out, in the body, in the mind. Swaying. Then turning the hands around so fingers are pointing back towards the toes and just gently rocking here, stretching out and warming up the wrists. Our wrists take a lot of our body weight during the practice, so we just want to bring some attention and focus there. Start to warm up, stretch out. And then turning the tops of the hands down, turning the fingers towards each other in the center. Start to squeeze the fingers together as if like you're squeezing one of those squishies or those foam things or those, as they used to be called, stress balls, just squeezing the fingers in. They never fully go in. Maybe your elbows need to bend here, that's fine. Or maybe you do one at a time, that's also fine. And then releasing the hands back, tucking the toes back under, lifting the knees up 1 or 2 inches and just rocking back and forwards here. Really stretching out the toes and the soles of the feet. And then pushing back into a downward dog, very slow, keeping that movement going, pedaling out the legs here, straightening and bending, then walking the feet back just an inch, bringing the feet together, lifting the heels up. So the tops of your thighs are coming towards the front of your chest. You're pressing them together like a sandwich in a downward dog. And then now you're tilting the pelvis in towards the belly button as you roll through your spine, slowly and with control, coming into a plank and then sinking the hips down, all the way down or hovering, lifting the head up into a soft upward facing dog. Breathing here, then dropping the chin to the chest, pressing through the shoulders, rolling all the way back and pedaling out the legs here. We'll do that spinal roll 2 more times. So bringing the feet together, lifting the heels up really, really high, tucking the pelvis in towards the belly. So we roll through the lower spine first, mid spine, upper spine. We come to a plank and then sinking the hips down, untucking the head, coming into an upward facing dog, taking a deep inhale, then dropping the chin to the chest as we exhale, pressing all the way back. Pedaling out the legs here. If you need to take any of the pressure off your wrists, you can come down to your elbows for a few moments into a downward dog, but on your elbows, just releasing them for a few moments. And then rolling through one more time, tucking pelvis to belly, rolling through the spine, coming to a plank, sinking the hips down, lifting the head up, bringing the knees down if you need to. Breathing in here, then chin to chest, pressing all the way back. Beautiful. Pedaling out your downward dog here. Lifting the right leg up high. Opening out that leg. Opening out the hip. Circling the ankle. One way and then the other way. And then lovely circles from the hip. Big circles as if you're drawing a circle with your knee. One way. And then the other way. And then square the hips. Step that right foot through, bringing the back knee down, bending into the front knee, hands to hips, just pulsing it here. Gentle movements, up and down, starting to warm up this whole area, bringing movement and space, breathing in. And then bringing your right hand down, just outside of your right hip. It can touch down. I definitely can't touch down yet. Reach that left arm up and over. The fingers can hover in the air, or if you have a block, you can rest gently on a block, feeling a lovely stretch in the outside of the rib cage. Gaze is up, sinking a little bit lower into that lunge, breathing here. Inhale, exhale, release the hands either side of the front foot. Sit the hips back, lengthen that front leg, fold forward here, and just breathe. It's quite deep to stretch the hamstrings before we're warm. Just folding forward here, breathing in and breathing out. One more inhale. As we exhale, bend into that front knee, tuck the back toes under, step the right leg back. Move the hips from side to side. And inhale that left leg up high. Open out the hip. Circle the ankle, circle the hip. And then begin to square that hip, step that left foot through. Bring that back knee down. Hands to hips. Just pulsing here. Gently moving up and down. Nothing forced. We will create that space. And then reaching that left hand down to your block or to the floor, or to hover in the air, reach the right arm up and over, sinking a little bit further. Gazes up, breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Then releasing the hands down either side of the front foot, lengthen that front leg, flex the foot, fold forward here, squaring the hips. If you need to keep your knee bent at any time, that's absolutely fine. A micro bend or a full bend is fine. Folding forward here, breathing deeply. Then bending into that front knee, tucking the back toes under, stepping that left leg back, just moving the hips side to side here. Then stepping the feet nice and wide as the mat. Reaching the left hand back to grasp outside of the right ankle. And just gently pulling back on the outside of the right ankle, looking up under your right armpit. Just gently pulsing, maybe pulling back a couple of times. And then releasing that left hand down to the mat, reaching back with the right hand, wrapping it around the outside of the left ankle, and just pressing that left hand into the mat for stability, pulling back, breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Keeping the feet wide, walking them up halfway, bending at the knees, coming into a nice forward fold with bent knees. So bending the knees so the knees are stacked over the ankles. And then we're just going to roll our spines up and down a couple of times, undulating. So as we roll up, head comes up last, come up halfway, and then exhale, fold it forward. If you need to bring your hands to your knees, that can help create this stability as you fold forward here. And then you roll up through the spine, pressing into the knees, head comes up last. Couple more times, warming up the spine here, mobility, pressing into the knees, rolling up. This time, exhale as you fold forward, bringing the hands down. Heel toe the feet in, about hip distance apart. Bending at the knees again. So we're resting our chest and our belly on the front of our legs. We're creating a little shelf. Interlacing your fingers behind you, squeeze the shoulders together and fold forward here. Fingers are bound, shoulders are squeezing together, just folding forward here. We don't need to be in a complete seat, but we're just resting our chest on the front of our thighs, keeping the heels of the hands moving towards each other, using our fingers to grip, breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Begin to release the hands all the way down and start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, very slowly, all the way through the spine, shoulders, head comes up last, walking to the top of our mats, bringing the hands to a prayer and setting an intention for our practice today. Basically spreading the love, sharing this energy, extending it out to those around us who need it, and then circling it back to ourselves. Taking a deep breath in here. Exhale, arms by your side, beginning Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, press the palms, reach the arms up overhead. We don't need to rush through this first one. Exhale as you fold forward all the way down. Hands touch down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, step it back. Lower down through Chaturanga. You can come all the way down to the belly if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Finding our space here in the downward facing dog. Checking in. Allowing the heels to come closer to the mat. Whether they touch down or not, just allowing that lengthening in the back of the hamstrings. Moving through the hips. Drawing the shoulders back, away from the neck and the ears. Pressing your palm into the mat. Feet are about hip distance apart, glancing through the space at the back, looking to the back of the room or wherever we are, through the space in the legs, allowing the head to just hang there. Gently begin nodding the head yes. Gently shaking the head no. Flubbering the lips. Taking another deep breath in here. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, step the feet forward to meet the hands. And exhale, fold forward, touch down. Inhale, press the palms, rise all the way up, gazing up at the hands, reaching them up. And exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Again, inhale, press the palms, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, touch down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look up. Exhale, fold forward, step back. Lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. That's it. Staying here for a couple more breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Just drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling, that's it. And exhaling. One more nice deep breath in here. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, step the feet forward to meet the hands. Exhale, fold forward, touch down. Inhale, press the palms, rise all the way up, gazing up at the hands. Exhale, arms by your side. Inhale, hook the thumbs. Reach the arms up overhead, arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, swing the arms, interlace the fingers as we did before. Squeeze the shoulders together, fold forward. Inhale, release the hands down to the mat, step the right leg back into a low lunge. Exhale, left leg steps back into a downward dog. Rolling through the spine, come forward into a plank. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll through the spine, come forward into a plank. Exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward to a low cobra. Exhale, push back, seat to heels, downward dog. Inhale, step that right leg forward into a low lunge. Exhale, left leg steps forward, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up overhead, hook the thumbs, arch back. Exhale, flow forward, bending the knees, squeezing the shoulders together, interlacing the fingers, folding forward, straighten the legs. Inhale, the hands down, step that left leg back into a low lunge. Exhale, right leg steps back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Pressing forward into a plank. Exhale, the knees, chest and chin come down. Inhale, slide forward into a low cobra. Exhale, push it back, seat to heels, downward dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward into a low lunge. Exhale, right leg steps forward, fold forward. Sealing it up, slightly bend the knees, come all the way up, hook the thumbs, arch back, stay here for a moment, reaching straight up or pushing the hips forward, slightly taking you into a micro back bend, reaching it up, breathing here. And then exhale, arms by your side, beautiful breath and movement. As we move through, we're moving with our breath, but we don't need to rush through. Inhale, bend the knees, press the palms, reach the arms up, Surya Namaskar B. Exhale, fold forward, touch down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, coming into warrior one. Make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle, reaching the arms up, breathing in as we gaze up, sinking a little lower through the hips, inhaling here. Exhale, release the hands down, step it back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Stepping the left foot forward, coming into warrior one on the left side, Virabhadrasana. We all need to feel that inner warrior that we possess, pressing the palms whenever we need it. It's there. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. One more lovely deep inhale. Exhale, release it down, step it back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Just 3 breaths here. Breathing in And breathing out, coming back to our focus, our intention, our breath. Inhaling, exhaling, bend the knees. Inhale, step or jump the feet forward to meet the hands. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, sit low in your chair, press the palms, reach the arms up, keep reaching them up. And then exhale, release the arms by your side, coming to stand Tadasana. Inhale, bend the knees, press the palms, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, touch down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, coming into warrior one. Press the palms, reach the arms up. And exhale, open out to warrior two. Sinking a little lower, opening out the hips. Drop the shoulders, creating a nice strong straight line with the arms. Gazes over the front, middle fingers, reaching that right arm forward, left arm back. Start to drop the left arm down to begin to reach it forward in a half circle. As it comes forward, lift that back heel up and then start to reach the right hand back, reversing your warrior two. So your back heel is up, your right arm is reaching back, your left arm is reaching forward, and you're looking back towards your right hand. Keep sinking through the hips here. Then drop that right hand down, your back thigh, reach that left arm up. There's a lot going on here. Reach it up, breathe here, inhale. Then exhale, begin to release that left hand down, parallel with the right foot. Reach that right arm up, but opening out into a nice easy twist here. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath in. And then exhale, release that right hand down, step the right leg back, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step that left foot forward, coming into warrior one on the left side, facing the front of the mat, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, open out the arms to warrior two. Bend a little further into that left knee. Then left arm is reaching forward, start to circle that right arm down and forward. Lift the back heel up and then reach that left arm back. So moving the arms in like a water wheel. Left arm is back, right arm is forward, sinking a little deeper. Left hand comes down the back thigh, reach that right arm up. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling, keep reaching. Then dropping that right hand down to the mat, lifting that left arm up, opening out, opening up, reaching up, gazes up, breathing here, inhaling. Exhale, release that left hand down, step it back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Staying here for 3 breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. One more breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Bend the knees. Inhale, step or jump the feet forward to meet the hands. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stop bending the knees, sitting really, really low in your chair. Press the palms, reach the arms up, but don't lose that sitting lower with the seat. Reach the arms up, breathe here. Inhale, exhale, twist it round to the right side, making sure your knees are level and that toes and heels are touching. Hooking the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Squeeze it together, start twisting a little further so that the prayer is in front of the heart center. Gaze is up. Beautiful. Breathing here. Inhaling. And exhaling. On the next inhale, rise up through center. Keep the knees bent and twist it around to the other side. Again, making sure that your knees are level, toes and heels are touching. Using your hands in your prayer to using that elbow to press into the outside of the thigh, to take the twist a little further. Heart center and prayer are in alignment. Gaze is up, breathing here. Inhaling. Exhale, releasing the hands down, straightening the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, coming into warrior one, pressing the palms, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, open out to warrior two. And inhale to a triangle, straightening the front leg, walking that back foot in. Start to reach it forward as your left hip kind of comes back. You reach forward and then fold. Top of the right hand presses to the inside of the ankle, reaching that left arm up. Straight legs, straight arms. Of course, if you need to bring any bend in, that's fine. Gazing up, breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Now reaching the left arm forward and lifting that right hand up. So your arms are, it's as if you're holding like a beach ball between your hands. So both arms are kind of reaching forward, but your legs are still in your triangle. It's very challenging. Keep breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring your left hand to your hip. Begin reaching your right hand forward, coming into half moon. So bending into that right knee, lifting that left leg up off the mat. That right hand can touch down, come to a block, fingertips, or can hover. Left arm reaches up. Gaze can be down or gaze can be up at the left fingers. Keeping your drishti, your focus, as something that's not moving whilst you're here. You can reach back and grab your left foot or just stay here. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Start to bend that right knee, step that left leg back. So the right leg is bent and bring your hands to center down to the mat. Turn the right foot. So we're just taking a nice forward fold here. Feet are pigeon toed, so toes are kind of in, heels are out. Just folding it forward here. Whatever you want to do with your hands is fine. Keeping them down if they're down on the mat. Try to keep them in line with the feet, just folding forward here. And then start to turn that left foot so it's pointing towards the back of the mat. Bend into that left knee and come up into a warrior one on the left side to the back of the mat. Press the palms, reach the arms up. Exhale, open out to warrior two. Starts to straighten that front leg and then walk the back foot in, coming into a triangle. Begin reaching that left arm forward and then fold, coming into a triangle. Right arm reaches up, breathing here, gazing up, keeping those arms nice and straight, and then start reaching that right arm forward. So you're creating a line through the body, then lifting that left arm up and away from the ankle, holding your beach ball, not collapsing forward. We still want to keep an opening in the rib cage here. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Bring your right hand to your right hip and reach that left arm forward and then down, bending into that left knee, coming into your half moon. Right leg reaches up, stacking the hips. Figuring out where you want your arms to be. You can keep your hand on your hip if you need to. You can reach that right arm up. You can gaze up at the right hand. The left hand can be down, or you can lift that left hand up. Staying here, breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Start to release that back leg down, bending into the left leg, bringing the hands down in front of you, coming into a forward fold, pigeon toeing the feet in again, and just folding forward here. Just allowing the head, the neck to take a break. Then turning your right foot to face the front of the mat, walking your hands forward, walk that back foot in. So it's like halfway up. We're coming into a pyramid here. So both legs are in line with the hips, squaring the hips, folding forward over the right leg. Hands can be either side of the right foot or they can stretch back, bringing your forehead towards your knee. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Start to adjust your back foot so the toes are out a bit and bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot, reaching that right arm up. If the hand doesn't go there, it can remain on the inside of the right foot. reaching that right arm up, pressing into the left hand, revolving your triangle here, breathing here, inhaling and exhaling, releasing that right hand down. We're literally just going to switch sides. So step the right leg back, left leg steps forward into your pyramid with your left leg forward, right leg back. So make sure your hips are squared, folding forward over this left leg here. Hands can stay reaching forward or they can reach back, bringing the forehead closer to the knee, breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Start to adjust the back foot slightly. Maybe it can stay where it is. I know I need to adjust it. Bringing your right hand to the outside of your left foot or on the inside, lifting that left arm up, revolving the triangle, gaze is up. Try to bring the gaze up. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. And then releasing the hands down, stepping both feet back, going through a vinyasa or straight back into your downward dog. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Staying here for a few moments, taking a breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. On the next inhale, stepping that right foot forward, coming into warrior one, pressing the palms, reaching the arms up. Exhale, open out to warrior two. Keep that left arm moving through that half wheel. Bring it forward, coming into a high lunge. Lifting that back heel up. Reaching the arms up. Sinking through the hips. Breathing here, reaching up, sinking down at the same time, creating space, lengthening. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving from here forward into a warrior three. So keep the arms reaching up and forward as you move forward, bending into that right knee, lifting that back leg up, squaring the hips, reaching the arm forward, keeping your focus in your drishti and your warrior three. Then bend a little into that front knee, wrapping your back leg around, coming into your eagle. Left leg wraps around the right leg. Right arm reaches under the left arm, pressing the hands together, squeezing the thighs, squeezing the arms, staying here or sinking down and folding forward. Bring the elbows in front of the knees. Breathing here, squeezing everything together. Beautiful. Then begin to unravel, not literally, but lifting that back leg up high behind you, coming into a standing split, folding forward here. And then stepping that back leg back, moving through the central forward fold again. So bringing that back heel down, turning the feet, walking the hands through the center, coming to the back of the mat, turning the left foot so the toes are pointing to the back of the mat, lifting the arms up, bending the front knee, coming into a warrior one. Exhale, open out to a warrior two. Keep that back arm moving as you kind of water wheel it forward in this half circle, lifting the back heel up, reaching the arms up, finding your way into this beautiful high lunge, sinking the hips down, reaching the arms up, breathing here, steadying yourself, finding your breath, finding your focus, and then coming from here into a warrior three. So keeping those arms reaching up and forward, bending into that front knee, lifting that back leg up, folding the body forward, creating a strong straight line here. Back leg is up, foot is flexed, toes pointing down. Breathing here, finding your drishti. Then start bending into that knee, that left knee, wrapping the right leg around. Wrapping the left elbow under the right elbow, pressing the hands together, squeezing the thighs, squeezing the arms, folding forward, breathing here, sinking down a little lower, and then start to release, bringing the hands down, lifting the right leg up high behind you, coming forward into a standing split, then gently bend into that front knee, stepping that back leg back, moving through that central forward fold, so adjusting your feet as you need to, turning to the top of the mat, Framing the front foot with both hands, stepping that right leg back, lowering down through Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, push it back to downward facing dog. Staying here for a moment, just collecting yourself, centering, breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to step or jump our way into Malasana Yogi Squat. We're stepping the right foot so it lands softly outside the right hand, and then the left foot lands outside the left hand. And finding some movement here in your Malasana. So just moving from side to side, keeping the hips lifted just a little bit, not sinking too deeply, lifting one heel, then the other. If you need to get your blocks, they're super helpful. I never used to use blocks, and now I just love using them. Moving gently from side to side. And then stopping on one side, bringing the right shoulder or elbow on the inside of the right knee and just pressing it down, and then lifting that left arm up, opening out to the left side. If we're up on the toe ball mound or our toes, that's fine. If we can sink our heels down, that's great. Staying here or coming into a bind. If you want to bind, I actually like this expanding feeling. Nice. Coming back to the center, coming to the left side. Left shoulder and elbow comes to the inside of the left knee and then reaches kind of back. Then reaching that right arm up. Breathing here. Gazes up. And releasing, coming back to center. Bringing the hands into a prayer. Elbows on the insides of the knees. And just lowering the eyelids or closing the eyes. Just taking a moment here. Bringing the focus to the inside of the forehead, the third eye. Inhaling. And exhaling. Taking another nice deep breath in here. And exhaling. Beautiful. Bringing one hand in front of you, one hand behind you, finding your way down to your seat. And coming into Navasana, boat pose. So lifting the legs up. Legs can be straight here or bent. I prefer to keep mine bent. Drawing my chest closer towards my knees. Arms reaching forward. Gazes up. Breathing here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lowering down, but keeping the legs and the torso up. Pumping the arms. Breathing in and out through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Lifting everything up again. This is our second of 3 rounds. So drawing the chest up a bit closer. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Coming down, keeping the legs and the torso lifted, pumping the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Lift it up. Draw everything up. Knees closer to your chest if you can. Chest lifts up. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Lowering down, pumping the arms. Breathing in and out through the nose. Beautiful. Then lifting everything up and giving yourself a hug. Folding forward, resting your forehead on your knees. Breathing here. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more inhale. And exhale. Coming onto your knees. I'm going to come into our back bend, Ustrasana. Camel pose. Hands can be on hips. You can tuck the toes under to lift the heels higher, or the tops of the feet can be down. Stop pushing the hips forward here. As you start leaning back, the hips come forward. Chest opens up. You can keep your neck in line with your cervical spine, or the head can drop all the way back. And then reaching back, either keeping the hands here on the hips or reaching back at the same time to grab both heels. Keeping those hips pushing forward. Breathing here, inhaling. And exhaling, bringing the hands to a prayer in front of the heart center. Come up and fold all the way forward. Coming into a child's pose. Resting the forehead down, massaging the head from side to side. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Coming up for our second one. Coming back up to our knees, hands to hips. Pushing the hips forward, coming back. Pushing the hips forward, dropping the head back, breathing here. Inhaling, exhaling, bringing the hands to a prayer, pushing the hips forward and folding forward into your child's pose again. Staying nice and still, or moving the head gently from side to side. Coming up, untucking our legs, coming to our seat and coming to lay down. Coming into another little round of back bends, starting in a bridge, drawing the soles of the feet towards the seat. Just graze the back of the heels with your fingers. And from here, start tilting the pelvis towards your belly button, pushing everything up, using your thighs, using your feet. You can bring your hands to your hips or you can tuck your hands underneath, squeeze the shoulders together. 3, 4, 5, gently start to lower down. One round of breath, one inhale and one exhale here. Coming up for your second bridge or wheel. Really pushing those hips up, using your body, the strength in your body. And staying here. One round of breath and then your last one. A wheel or a bridge. Counting to 5. And then coming down, drawing your knees into your chest. Such a lovely, lovely thing to do. And it's probably not something we do throughout the day, this, but it could solve so many problems, I think, if we could just drop down and like hug our knees into our chest and massage our lower back. It would just feel so good. Lengthening your left leg down, drawing your right knee in. Just start hugging that knee in. Then lengthen that right leg. Peace fingers hooking around the big toes or hands at the back of the thighs or shin. Gazes up. Gently resting your hand on top of your left thigh just to sort of keep that leg down. And then opening out that right leg to the right side. Looking over the left shoulder. Hand can be on the hip or the top of the thigh just to make sure it doesn't lift up too high. And then drawing the knee back in. Lengthening that right leg down, drawing the left knee in. Starting to lengthen that left leg. Peace fingers around the big toe or just behind the thigh, noticing if one of your hamstrings is tighter than the other. It's normal. And then opening out to the left side. Looking over the right shoulder. Drawing it back up and in. Holding it in for a moment. Then lengthening that left leg down, coming from here into a shoulder stand or just lifting the legs up. If we're just lifting the legs up, it's nice to just bring your hands just below your sits bones or your seat. So your legs are just up, your legs are elevated, gazing up at your toes, or if there's a wall nearby, just resting them on the wall. Just allowing the sensation of things moving in a different direction for a few moments. Taking the pressure out of your legs, your feet. And then when you're ready, folding them overhead, coming into plow, halasana. Or if they're up, just keeping them up, supporting your lower back with your hands. And then when you're ready, bending your knees either side of your ears, squeezing your ears, or just coming out. Lowering down with control, bringing the legs all the way down. And coming from here straight into Matsyasana, bending the elbows, lifting the chest up, inhaling to the crown of the head, opening up that throat chakra, breathing in through the nose, and exhaling through a wide open mouth. Inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the mouth. Releasing that head. Drawing the knees into the chest. Just rocking up and down from here. Coming into a seated forward fold. Legs are straight out in front of you, feet are flexed, moving the flesh out from the seat, reaching the arms up overhead. And then as the arms are reaching, start to fold forward here, moving gently, moving your body with care, recognizing and thinking of the gratitude that you feel towards your own body, your breath, your muscles, your cells, everything. Resting your head gently forward. There's no end point to this pose. It's where you feel you need to move to. Can you pull a little further on your feet, or are you where you need to be? Breathing here. And then start to sit up, start to open out the legs nice and wide. Flexing the feet towards you. And then just fold forward here. You could be resting on your hands, trying to keep the feet flexed. Wherever your hands are, wherever you're folded towards is fine. You could be at your fingertips, your hands maybe coming down to elbows. Just taking a moment. And bringing the right elbow to the inside of the right leg. Reach that left arm up and over. It could be reaching up, it could be reaching towards the foot, but just keeping that opening. We're not folding forward here, we're opening out to the side. Breathing here. And switching sides. Left elbow comes to the inside of the left knee, right arm reaches up, can stay reaching up or reach over. Maybe you're grabbing the toe. Wherever you are is fine. It's just about keeping that side open. And releasing, coming back to center, drawing the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana, creating a nice diamond shape here, drawing the heels a little bit closer towards the sits bones, interlacing your fingers, wrapping them around your feet, pressing elbows onto the inner thighs, and just gently pulling and folding forward here, allowing the head to rest down. And then from here, uncurling, legs come in front of you, reaching the arms forward as you roll back very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Almost imagine that I am in front of you holding your hands, or someone that can support you as you slowly roll back and move into your Shavasana. Arms fall to the side, feet fall open, palms facing the ceiling. Lowering your eyelids, allowing your breath to become a bit more shallow here. Gently moving the head from one side to the other, or just staying still, finding some stillness here. Just breathing. Making any adjustments you need to make. Taking these last few minutes or moments to come back to your intention. To know that you have everything you need for this day, for this week ahead. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling with a big sigh. Bringing some soft, gentle movement into your toes and your fingers. Reaching your arms up overhead. Stretching. Taking another deep breath in through the nose. And letting it out through the mouth. Maybe moving your head gently from side to side. Drawing your knees into your chest. Gently rolling over to one side. Finding your way to a comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes closed or eyelids lowered. We'll seal up the practice, close this sacred space with Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And my thoughts, words, and actions somehow contribute to that freedom and happiness of all. Because if we are not all free, then none of us truly are. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti. 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 Bringing your hands for prayer in front of your heart center. Bowing your head to your hands, and knowing and trusting that the true teacher lies inside of you. Namaste.